Why is it that a lot of West Ham managers end up going to West Brom? Let's count them out. Pardew, Bilic, and now the new kid back on the block, Sam Allardyce. It's like a big West Ham reunion whenever we play West Brom. We both have West in our name. But everyone seems to end up going from West Ham to West Brom, in case you didn't notice. When you take a look at the number of players that have played for both teams, it's actually more than you think. And a lot of managers have gone from West Ham to West Brom over the years. Pardew managed West Ham for 3 years. He managed West Brom for only a few months. West Ham actually beat Pardew's West Brom at the London Stadium, if you remember. Andy Carroll with the brace. Slaven Bilic went to West Brom and got sacked this season. And he's been replaced by Sam Allardyce. So that's somewhat coincidence if you think about it. And the players who have played for both, it stretches back to Craig Dawson, who scored against West Ham United in 2014 when the two teams played each other at the Hawthorns. And guess who was the manager of West Brom? West Ham coach Alan Irvine. Where are all the other links? There's got to be plenty more out there. Sam Allardyce is back at West Brom. When I say back, what I mean is that he grew up in Birmingham, and I read somewhere that he supported West Brom when he was a kid. He and his older brother used to go and watch the games there and at Wolves. So he knows Birmingham very well. He signed an 18-month contract with the Baggies after Slaven Bilic got sacked. And whilst I mentioned Bilic getting sacked, that was another cruel twist of fate for him. He got cruelly fired by West Ham's current owners, and then cruelly sacked by West Brom after a 1-1 draw with Man City. The other reason for him being sacked, and the main reason if you can look at it this way, was the fact that West Brom are in a relegation battle and they're in the drop zone right now. But the way Slaven Bilic and Julian Dix have gone about the departures was very classy. And Julian Dix is featuring on the West Ham Way podcast this week, so tune into that. He's going to have some funny stories. West Brom this season, and let's get back on track. They have been struggling for the most part, but sod's law that they ended up beating Wolves in the Black Country Derby just before they were due to play West Ham. So Wolves losing that game has made them suffer, but their rivals West Brom have now got confidence going into Tuesday's game against West Ham. So if anyone out there thinks that this is going to be an easy game because of where they are in the table, think again. Because West Brom have got some very good players. Two of those were West Ham players that we sold to them this season, Grady, Diangana and Robert Snodgrass. And the Diangana transfer, we all know how much that caused the social media movement of GBS out. And that's circulating again this January due to inactivity in the transfer window. I've included Sam Johnston in this list of ones to watch, even though he's not going to be playing on Tuesday. He's a big doubt because he's tested positive for COVID-19. He didn't play at the weekend. I've seen Sam Johnston play firsthand from when I had the season ticket at Doncaster Rovers. Sam joined Doncaster on loan from Manchester United in the 13-14 season, and again when Donny were in League One. I would have to say that he's the best goalkeeper for Doncaster that I've seen in my time as a season ticket holder there. That sounds very wordy, but that's the best way I can say that. He was very good with his agility and reflexes, and it's showing at West Brom as well. He's made a lot of big saves, and he's been called upon when he's needed. He is a goalkeeper that's learned his trait from David De Gea, and maybe even Edwin van der Sar before that. He's gone out on loan a few times, and now is finally playing in the Premier League. Not for Man United, obviously, he's playing for West Brom. Still, kudos to him, he's made the top flight. He's made a really big shout out to play in the England national team. He's played at under 21 level before, and there's no reason why he can't become a top goalkeeper in the future. Bilic signed Matheus Pereira from Benfica on a loan deal when West Brom were in the Championship last season, and they made that deal permanent this summer. Big signing for them, really. He was quality in the Championship. He had 8 goals in 42 games, playing as a centre mid or on the wing. and he's been pretty decent for West Brom in the Premier League. He scored the 2 penalties against Wolves to give West Brom a win, and he's the kind of player that goes either on the flank or in the middle. That's why he's causing problems, because he mixes and matches in those 2 places. He scores from open play, not just penalties. But when he was in the Championship, a lot of people talked about Pereira's abilities and skills. West Brom did the right thing by signing him permanently. He's another one to look out for on Tuesday. And speaking of midfielders, Conor Gallagher's impressed me. He's joined on loan from Chelsea and idolises Frank Lampard, the current Chelsea manager, as his ideal midfielder. Gallagher is a box-to-box kind of player who has a lot of energy. He scored twice in 13 games for West Brom and got all the plaudits in after he scored the winning goal against Sheffield United. He scored it from distance, took a deflection in, but he played really well in that game. I mentioned a lot of players even before I got to this section. I mentioned Dawson, Snodgrass, Diangana. There was one that I didn't mention. If you haven't got it yet, it's Morgan Amalfitano. He is a French midfielder who spent most of his career playing in France and went on loan to West Brom from Marseille for the 13-14 season. After that, West Ham signed him on summer deadline day 2014 on a permanent deal on a 1-year contract for an undisclosed fee. Amalfitano scored 3 goals in that one season he was with West Ham, notably in a 2-1 win over Manchester City at the Bowling Ground. After he left West Ham, he moved back to France, played for a couple of teams there, and has most likely retired since then because he hasn't found a club in 2 years. I remember Amalfitano solely for that goal against Manchester City, where he slides in and puts the ball into the net. And that name always comes up into my head whenever someone says French West Ham players. Yes, there was Payet. Yes, there was Chamel. Yes, there's a Diop. But Amalfitano comes up in there for that reason. I read some of the tweets saying West Ham are going to win 5-0, West Ham are going to win 4-0. I wish against West Brom. I don't see that really happening. Bear in mind they did beat us 4-1 once. Sorry to bring that up. My score prediction for this, I'm going to say 2-0 West Ham. I think that we have done quite well whenever we've played against the Sam Allardyce team since he left West Ham. So we definitely have got a chance at beating West Brom. Of course, they're going to need this more because they're in a relegation fight. They're fighting for their lives to stay in the Premier League. It's not going to be easy for them. We're not in a position where we have to definitely win against them to ensure safety. But nonetheless, we still need to win to get over that 30-point mark. Thank you very much for watching this video. That's been your opposition uncovered for the West Brom game. You know what to do if you like the video. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content. I've got a busy week this week because I'm starting some new writing work, and I've also got a lot of preview work to do for the Doncaster game. Mentioned it on this channel before, hinted at it in this video. That's where I'm from. That's West Ham's next opponents in the Cup. I've got a lot of work to do on my website and on this channel to get you all ready in time for that game. So you have that to look forward to as well. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, everybody. I'll see you all soon.